Sunday early morning in Berapit, a small town in Bukit Mertajam, Penang, Malaysia. Whilst all around, life is just beginning to stir, a badminton lesson is already in session. This elderly man might not be a familiar face to many, but he once coached one of the best players in the modern game.
He would make us train very hard because as youngsters we were very cheeky. We would go against him and try to find ways to get out of training.
Teh Peng Huat coached Malaysia's Chong during his formative years. Now 80, Teh taught him the nuances of badminton, setting Lee up for better things to come.
Whatever I taught him, he learned it well. If I show him a movement in the morning, he will use it later in the evening during a match or practice. That was why his progress was so fast.
Teh himself was a player in Penang in the 1950s and 60s and excelled in several local tournaments. There were no coaches where he was from, but he learnt the game on his own. He even invented and perfected his own deceptive moves to outwit his opponents.
I was a good player in Bukit Mertajam. I was very tricky with my shots and beat a lot of players 15 love. Some of the players asked me to teach them. That was when I started coaching at 18.
When Badminton Unlimited visited Teh, he was happy to show us some of his moves. One of the trick shots he is well known for is the triple motion movement, a deceptive move used to deceive the opponent.
Moving twice and you stop and move. Moving 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Stop. Move. Hop. 3 step 1 is very good. But very hard to learn.
Teh did not charge any fees when he first started his class some 60 years ago, as he was happy to impart his knowledge to those who were willing to learn. Soon, parents who knew him began to bring their children, and the number of trainees kept growing.
After I stopped working, I had to charge for my classes. For parents who can't afford, they will request not to pay fees. My daughter said, "You don't have to accept any fees, or just accept whatever the parents can afford. If you need money, just ask from me."
One student who made him a household name in Malaysia was Chong. Lee was only 10 when Teh, who was in his late 50s then, spotted him and recognized his raw talent. But it took 2 years for Teh to get the prodigy under his wing.
He was very agile. His movement was so lively. He was a very active child, nimble and a natural.
My father ran a business, so he could not fetch me to and from my training. The coach offered to send me home after my training.
I made a bet with his father. If by 3 months you don't see any results, then he can leave. I had to make a bet. If not, he will not relent.
Lee was 12 when he came under Teh's guardianship. 2 months later, he started winning titles. Although Lee left for the capital, Kuala Lumpur, to train with the national team, he continued to keep in touch with his mentor. He still does now.
He always shares his thoughts and ideas with me over the phone. Whenever his students are playing, he will sit by the TV and observe our game as well as our opponent's game. He will analyze the game and give us feedback.
Chong was not his only protege. Another is former women's doubles world number 2, Chin Yi-Hui, who is currently Malaysia's mixed doubles coach. Teh was also instrumental in laying the foundation for women's singles 2015 World Junior Champion Goh Jin-wei.
He is fair to all. He imparts the same set of skills and knowledge to every student. He is not biased and will not just focus on students who are more talented.
For his contribution to sport and badminton, Teh was awarded Best Coach by the Penang State Sports Council in 2005. A taskmaster on court, the octogenarian has made it his lifelong mission to bring out the best in his students.
As long as you're willing to learn, I'm willing to teach you. even if it is 50 times a month. For an average child, at least 35 to 40 times. You train till you master the skills, just like Chong Wei.
As morning turned to noon, we took our leave of Teh as he continued to nurture the future of Malaysian badminton. Badminton Unlimited wishes Teh Peng Huat all the best.
Without him, I wouldn't have made it. He's not young anymore, but he still contributes by coaching children. So I feel very grateful to him.
I hope he can continue to contribute to Malaysian badminton and stays healthy for many years to come.
I hope to continue. I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop also. I can coach, I still continue.